Well, at 11 a.m, Australians will pause for a minute's silence to mark Remembrance Day. Services will take place right around the nation to honour our fallen. Up to 13 million people died in World War I, with 60,000 of them Australian. The guns finally fell silent in 1918 at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And 104 years on, so will we. Joining me now is Chief of Army, Lieutenant General Simon Stewart. Good morning to you. Well, while World War I is the reason for Remembrance Day, it's come to mean so much more than that, hasn't it? What does November 11 mean to you?
Good morning and thanks so much for having me. Remembrance Day is an opportunity to remember those who have died and suffered in the service of our nation. For me, I think it means three things. Firstly, it's an opportunity to give practical expression to the terms "lest we forget" and "we will remember them." I'll certainly be pausing to remember those that I've served alongside, and in particular those that gave their lives, and also to be sparing a few moments to think about those soldiers, sailors and aviators that are serving our nation today. I'm really proud of them, and I know all Australians are.
And General, when we look at those figures, this is the day to remember. 13 million people dying in World War I and 60,000 Australians. It is so hard to wrap your head around it. We need to repeat those numbers today, don't we?
Look, I think Remembrance Day is a wonderfully simple and universal way of pausing and reflecting. So wherever you are today, take a moment at 11 o'clock just to have a few quiet moments of reflection, and where we can come together in the many services that will be happening today.
So how would you like to see people commemorate it?
I think it's really important to come together wherever we can, but wherever you are today, take a moment at 11 o'clock to pause and reflect on the service and the sacrifice of those who have given their lives in the service of our nation, their mates, and importantly, their families, because those effects linger for many, many years. War has a terrible human cost. And I think taking a moment out of our busy lives to come together and to remember those that have made a sacrifice is a really important thing for us all to do.
And also, as Australia, of course, are currently training Ukrainian forces. Tell us what sort of training that we're involved with.
What body is this from?
Well, the first thing I'd say is that the war in Ukraine is coming at a real cost to Ukrainians, a very human cost. Australia stands by the Ukrainians in this war. To date, we've provided a range of support, and from January next year, we'll be joining our British and other counterparts to train Ukrainian civilians who have volunteered to serve in the service of their nation. The kind of training that we will be contributing to is basic training, that is teaching civilians how to use weapons, how to apply first aid, and how to work together in teams, and how to work together tactically to fight and to win in this war.
General, we thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.